Now let's begin the conversation. In a world where time moves swiftly and health is never guaranteed, each birthday becomes more than a date. It becomes a symbol of endurance, wisdom, and the quiet victories of the human spirit. Now, such is the case with Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who has reached the milestone of 65 years, a journey marked by service, compassion, and influence. To celebrate this milestone, Vice President Shettima, the Senate, and governors across northern Nigeria have offered words that echo a shared sentiment that Senator Oluremi Tinubu is a woman of rare dignity and empathy. In his tribute, Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo described her as an Amazon and a woman of formidable strength whose presence continues to inspire millions. I mean, beautiful, since yesterday, it's been all sorts of encomiums, you know, lots of beautiful flowery words, messages here and there. But let's look at the messages. I'll start with the GKB. How will you describe, you know, the messages coming from the Vice President, coming from the Nigerian Senate, coming from the northern governors? I mean, how would you describe it all in one?
Well, 65 years in the life of any human being is very significant. In a country where the lifespan is 52 for male and 57 for female, anybody who crosses the Rubicon at 60 should be celebrated. It's more knowledgeable when you are talking about the First Lady of the Federation, who has been a 3-time senator, and who is known for her humility and her candor. For those who know the then Senator Oluremi Tinubu, in the early days, will tell you that then Mrs. Tinubu was a strong fixture in the life of the emergence of now President Tinubu in his political journey. And that has been what's always been. The house at Bodilon, according to people, you are always welcome once the Senator Tinubu is around.
It's a mecca of some sort.
So they know he will serve people herself.
Herself,
yeah,
really?
People, but the general myth is that when it comes to hospitality, when the now president was still out there, that you can be guaranteed that Mrs. Tinubu will serve you herself. And she will ask you, what kind of tea do you want? But that's what they used to call her. And I would ask for which tea. So there's a green tea or blue tea. So people will just be ready. That if I don't ask you for tea, but that's a green tea. But she'll give you a lecture on what kind of tea is good for your health. I wish her happy birthday as well.
Yes. I'm
sure the governors know her very well. She's, like I said, she's been a fixture in our politics for the last 40 years. Yeah. And that cannot be discontinued. Exactly. She's not a stranger to those people we are talking about.
I mean, but beyond celebrations, what major project or cause has the First Lady championed, you know, to warrant this kind of recognition at this stage?
Yeah, I'm going to sound like I'm older than my age because I remember our days as the First Lady in Lagos State, and I recalled so many interesting things. One interesting one, that probably one of the things that made Abike Dabiri to be a shining light was part of our project, you know, that she encouraged Abike when she was with NTA. You understand? That's how impactful she had been. And I also remember being on a close range when she was speaking with some editors. Then I was not with TVC. And I remember some of the things when there was so much rumor that she was going to be the next governor after Fashola. And she told us that, I remember her words, that I've been a First Lady, I've been in the corridors of power for 8 years. Governing Lagos is not a joke. That is not a joke. And, you know, we could trust her with our words. And so we didn't see a poster or anything. Then another personal experience I also had then, I recall when I was also in another TV station and we invited her for a senatorial debate. You know why she turned it down? He said, if you put it in the evening, I'll be in the kitchen cooking for my husband. You know, so this is a woman who will tell you that I have my schedule. I know how to distribute myself. So I wasn't surprised when the president was telling us that during the Falcons final game, that I was like, my dinner is threatened.
Exactly.
She had to put the TV because she doesn't play with taking care of her husband. And that's a strong message that irrespective of how achieved, you know, how successful you are as a woman, you understand that place of a wife should not be lost in us. What do you want from a woman? This is the most exposed political first lady that you can talk about. She has been a first lady as a governor. She has been senators for 12 years. And people who cover politics will tell you that when it comes to a town hall meeting, you can't get there late. She will start on time and she will finish. And there are always things that she does every quarter. So it's numberless. I can't even count. Is it the ICT center she built in Yaba? Is it what she has done as a first lady? Can you count how many states she has been to?
I mean, talking.
Don't forget her signature project, the one-day government.
Yeah, I think
exactly.
Foundation. But the point is, we talked about some of the philanthropy, the initiative, the Renewed Hope initiative. Now, how can the first lady's example inspire state first ladies, you know, to replicate similar, you know, impact at the subnational level?
Now, don't forget that about less than a year ago, she was encouraging people to farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Inside their
garden,
compounds. Now, because all this can be done basically to help out.
Sure.
A lot of people missed the message. They saw the thing as a publicity stunt. But in reality, anybody who have lived in the village before will tell you that the farm at home is usually a lifesaver.
Exactly.
Because sometimes in the middle of the night, our grandmothers simply go to the garden, pick 1 or 2 leaves, and before you know it, the soup is ready. And a lot of people thought, I said, no, you have to start small. Everything should not be on a scale that we are used to. That's all the problems we face as a country. We don't have the tendency to do small things. We assume that whatever we do must be on a big scale. And that's not true all over the world. In some countries, the level they hold the small-scale businesses is even more than the corporations.
Exactly.
Because they must be protected. Because unless you have people employing other people, there's no way the economy will grow. So if somebody said, okay, let's farm in our compound, I thought it was a joke, good luck to you. But like I said, the one-day thing was an eye-opener for those small boys and girls that they too could become governors, or they too could take power one day. And that to me is fundamental.
I mean, I still remember a video. I think BK posted it when he was in the farm, in his compound.
Exactly.
You know, also doing, you know, 1 or 2.
Yes, it was part of the challenge.
You know, but I just hope that other first ladies in the States.
Yeah, so, and I think the best example is that while she was first lady, she had always been doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? So it's not a matter of, oh, it's because she's the first lady of Nigeria, and therefore that's why it's easier for her. And trust her, she's been pulling them together. Absolutely. She's very, very politically savvy. So she's not taking this for granted. She's not doing it on party lines. And if you watch most of the messages from governors, they were very specific, especially the governor of Akwa Ibom. He had to mention that, thank you for being a mentor to my daughter.
Absolutely.
You know, she wasn't just there. She didn't just pay the visit. She reached out to the lady, decided to mentor her, let her know that, hey, it's painful, but then you can still achieve the dream of your mom. So it's been a all-rounder.
So right here on this table, we wish the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, a happy birthday. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation.